You will never walk again. You will never walk again. Maybe I shouldn't start there. In a few minutes, I'll get back to that. First, let me introduce myself. My name is John Tartaglio, and today I'm here to share my idea. So, in the business world, when a company is trying to drive performance, when they're trying to drive change, they use something called the congruence model. So this model, the basis of it, what it says is that when a company is coming up with its goals, its objectives, it follows its mission. And in order to meet these goals and objectives, they align each aspect of the company and each department in order to reinforce and support those goals. So in the same way, I believe that when we set our goals, we need to pursue what we value, that is, what means most to us. And in order to meet them, we need to align each aspect of our lives to support and reinforce these goals. So to help elaborate, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. So my life began just like most people's do. I was born perfectly healthy. I played sports. I hung out with family, friends, any other normal guy. I'll take you into my junior year of high school, going into my senior year. At the beginning of that summer, I became sick, and I was diagnosed with mono. So I thought nothing more than, man, this is going to kill me to not be able to hang out with my friends and work out and just do those everyday things. So if we fast forward a little bit towards the end of the summer, I wake up on August 22nd, 2004, and something's different. I had this unbearable pain in my legs. So I told my parents, and from there, we went to the doctor's office, to the hospital, and we could have never been prepared for what happened that day. In one day, I went from your average normal teen to handicap. I woke up completely shocked, devastated, angry, upset. I had lost both of my legs and left bicep. I had no clue how the rest of my life was going to be. I had no clue what a normal life was like for somebody like me. So soon after, I was able to speak to doctors in a leading prosthetic company. And they told me, John, you contracted an extremely rare bacterial infection. You're one of 35 people in medical history who have ever had this. And another thing, John, due to the level and severity of your amputation, you will never walk again. So this is something I didn't want to hear. This is something my family didn't want to hear, and something we thought we had more control over. So from the very beginning, I set a goal. I wanted to walk and receive my diploma and graduate on time with my class. So why do this? At the peak of most people's lives, where you are the most self-conscious, I had set this goal because the meaning that it had for me was really about bringing a sense of normalcy. To be able to walk with my class, to be able to graduate on time, small thing. So, my family, my friends, my school, everybody was aligned, and it reinforced and it supported my goal. So my parents found the most amazing prosthetist. I was working with the most amazing physical therapist. My friends, they treated me no different than I was before. In my school, they allowed me to have homeschooling when I wasn't there and a flexible schedule when I came back in order to work with my therapist to achieve this goal. So after months and months of hard work, of challenging myself, of pushing myself, of being challenged and pushed by others, I was able to meet this goal, graduate on time, and walk and receive my diploma with my class. Now, I went on to further my education. I went to Fairfield University, and during my time there, I competed in various events. I did endurance events. So after all, they were right, because they said I would never walk again. And I was running. I ran 5Ks, 10Ks. I competed in triathlons, long distance endurance events, such as half Ironman. But there was one goal after graduating from college that I didn't even think would be possible. From the beginning of my experience, and even throughout most of college, my goal was I wanted to run and complete a marathon. So it was the perfect time in my life. I had family and friends to support me and help me train in order to meet that goal. I had the schedule that would allow me to put in the hours that I needed out on the road, because it's much more than your average runner. And I had just met the most beautiful, most amazing woman who is now my wife. And we have the most beautiful and amazing little girl, Lily and Eleanor. And finally, I had a goal that I valued. See, to me, running this marathon meant that I had overcome my disability. So, to not meet this goal would be so much harder than the work that it would take to make it happen. So we'll fast forward to the morning of the New York City Marathon. I spent months training, and I was ready for this event. I had my support team with me there the whole day. They were there to cheer me on. They were there to hydrate me. They were there to feed me and cheer me on some more. So I remember about halfway through this race, I had an amazing interview with NBC. And during that same time, there was a mass of runners that passed by me. And they were cheering my name and saying encouraging words. And I was on quite the adrenaline rush. So I remember looking at my team, look to the left, look to the right, and I said, you know what the best part about this race is that I know I'm going to finish. And I did. So on that day, it took me 15 hours and 59 minutes, but I became the first and only person in history to run and complete a marathon with no legs. So, to take a step back, I want you to imagine living a more confident life. I want you to imagine living a happier, more fulfilling life. I want you to imagine living a life where you set a goal and you achieve results beyond your wildest expectations. See, because the whole point is, when you set goals based on what you value, that is, what means most to you, and you align each aspect of your life to reinforce and support those goals, you no longer have to imagine. And that, my friends, is an idea worth spreading. Thank you.